By far, the most impacting spiritual discipline for me has been the study of God's Word. We've talked about solitude, we've talked about prayer, we've talked about meditation. We have a few more we're going to talk about for Lent. And all of these are intended as tools, as ways for us to reach towards God. Even though He's right next to us, we get distracted. And so these are exercises for us. And with all exercises, it's going to be difficult. I remember when I first started snowboarding, friends and I decided we were going to go work up in the mountains, up in Tahoe, because we really wanted to learn how to snowboard and be good at it. It had just come along, was gaining popularity. We stunk at skiing already. And as a surfer, I was just drawn to this idea of snowboarding. So I'm all excited, thinking, I have a head start because I know how to surf. And so that first day, all I did was bruise my butt the entire day. And I thought, why don't I have the skill to do this? And I looked around and there were people racing down the hill, but everybody that was learning was going through the same thing. And sometimes with the spiritual disciplines, it can feel that way. Like you're just getting bruised, failing. Everyone else is good at it. Why am I not? Well, the next day in snowboarding, I ended up going down the hill correctly. Not great, but I was able to move. With these spiritual disciplines, and especially as we look at the discipline of studying God's Word, not getting a word for the day, studying it, it's less emotional and more analytic. And the more that we do that, we'll see that the object of our attention will begin to shape us. In God's Word, God's commandments for us, think about it. You can go to God's Word, the Bible, and hear from Him. We, this Sunday at Branches, are going to encourage everyone and try to give you some practical tools to help with this. And so one of the tools that's been most helpful for me have been 3x5 cards where I write the verse on there. Then I'll put it up on the dash of my car and at the mini stoplights or parking lots or whatever. I'll go through it so that I can study it, so I can let it just really sink in and look at every word. Because when you give that much attention to something, you begin to see new things. You begin to hear new things. And wouldn't you want to hear the truth? Because when you know the truth will set you free. And as we're going to look at this Sunday, you don't want to conform to the patterns of this world. But instead, you want to be transformed. Be transformed by God's Word, by His direction. And have your mind transformed so that then you can know God's will for us. So that we would know His good and perfect will. So hope to see you on Sunday as we spend more time going through this. God bless.